Nathan, I think, in all honesty, after the way you were speaking after the game the other night, well, perhaps a little bit surprised that you're here in front of us today. Are you a little bit surprised as well?
No, not really. After the game, there was a lot of emotions and stuff. I always try to be honest in my press conferences. I never try to flower anything. I don't hide behind anything. So sometimes I wear my heart on my sleeve and so on. I was disappointed the other night. And look, I didn't want to come in front of everyone and just say, look, once again, we've had more chances, more shots, more possession, because it becomes like a broken record, because that's basically what's been happening to us. As I said, we've repeated the games that we didn't play well in, but in pretty much 7 of the 10 games we've controlled the game. We've had more of everything. And you said about one of our worst performances. It actually wasn't. We controlled the game. It's just because of the game it was against to the bottom two, and had this real predicament. But we had the majority of the game. It's just we just couldn't find a goal.
You said that you've had a good dialogue with the owners throughout the time that you've been here. Have you spoken to them again after that game, and have you been given further time, so to speak?
Look, I speak to the owners all the time. Let's be clear about it. The owners here are fantastic, and they've been brilliant for me, because they appointed me. They've trusted me more than I've deserved, if I'm honest. But they know the work I do, and they know that I'm a fighter and I'm strong. And any conversations I've had with those will obviously remain private in terms. But I've got a good relationship with John especially, but also with Peter. So look, I have regular conversations with those, and we've had. Look, I spoke to John this morning. We have a meeting on Thursday, usually 8:45. That hasn't changed, so it's been normal service really.
So do you feel as if they're still fully behind you then?
Look, I know they're fully behind me, because if they weren't, I'd have gone a long time ago. Let's have no bones about that. They want me to succeed. They want me to do well. They want to give this the maximum time. I just have to start repaying them, or we have to start repaying them. And at the minute, we haven't done that. If that continues, then look, I'm not dull, I'm not stupid, and so is everyone else. There's a certain time limit on that, regardless if they set it or not.
So do you feel as if you have a specific time? Has any specific time been given?
No, look, as I said, even if there was specific time, if he said, look, if you don't win on a weekend, it'll be it. Even if they said that, I wouldn't come out and say that anyway. That's not been said to me, right? But I'm not naive enough to think that this can continue. Now, yes, we've been given time because of the work we've done. We've been given time because statistically, they just think it's got to change, because you can't. There's no team in the Championship like us, creating as much, dominating, or having as much control of football matches as we do, and then losing. There's no team in the Championship that does that. So they persevere as much as they can. There's only certain long that can happen.
So how does this situation change then?
We win a game. We win a game, and we win it doing the same things as we do, and then we sit down and evaluate it, and then can that kick-start? Now, if there was no light at the tunnel, then I'd be gone. If we were hanging on to games and clinging on, and we were a poor side, then something would have to change, and it would have changed a lot sooner. But we're not. They see the stats. They're stats-based people, so they see what we've done and how we've worked. And yes, we have to eradicate errors. Yes, we have to be more clinical. But the basis is there. There is a team there, and then as soon as it does change, whenever that is, and hopefully that's soon, then there's a team there that can win a lot of football games. So they've given me enough time, and they've wanted it to change for me. And if it doesn't, they will make the change, and I will fully respect that if that happens.
You mentioned your honesty, and I agree with you. You are very honest when you speak to us all the time. Do you think sometimes that's maybe been a downfall for you? Do you think you've been too honest at times?
I don't know, but I think every press conference, everything you do gets scrutinised. When things don't go quite well, everything gets scrutinised. People have said, and I don't read press, I don't listen to much. People said about Danny Murphy, said something about my arrogance in playing the diamond. I've played the diamond 12 out of 32 times, so I don't think that's a perseverance with a certain thing. I speak to the players about, I would like to play a certain way. How can we get better? Because I like dialogue, but then it's our work, and we try to get those things. Last year we kept 8 clean sheets playing a 4-2-3-1, and we only won 2 of the games because we couldn't score a goal, even though we were creating chances. Then we played diamond. We created more than pretty much everyone in the Championship. We just can't score the goals we need to win the game. So there's just something not quite clicking then if you evaluate press conferences, sometimes I'm too honest. If I then come out and said, right, it's all the players, it's players' fault, that people would say, he'll lose the players doing that. If I then come out and said, it's all my fault, they say, well, why is he not saying about the players? So all I do is, fans are not stupid, people are not stupid. You see the games, people see the games. The stats are there to be thing. There's been errors made, so I've had to say about those. People say, and they look for stuff within things, that it's Nathan Jones' fault. I hold my hands up. I've not been good enough here. Other managers probably would have got better results, but would they have done the work that we've done? That's the only defence we have. So the only thing I can do is be honest, because that's true to myself, and maybe I am, but I see certain things. We train a certain way. We have an environment that's disciplined. There's no discipline problems now, and we've just been slightly unfortunate. That could cost me my job, but hey, my honesty is I'm strong. I'm a proud man. I'm a proud manager. I'm a hard-working manager. I don't shirk a challenge. Never shirk a challenge. We've lost games, and the fans could be easy. I go around the pitch every single day. I'm away fans saying I'm getting sacked in the morning, but I front that out because I'm a strong individual and I'm up for the challenge here. And for however long I am in charge of this club, I will be at the forefront of the fight. If it doesn't work out, I'll hold my hands up and I'll walk away with a poor win record, but my pride intact.
How hard is that for you personally to deal with? Because we all have pressure in every job that we always do, but when you're in a position like yours at a club like this, does that affect you? Does that get to you?
Look, it does, because I'm disappointed. I didn't envisage this happening. I came here with eyes open, with a wonderful managerial record, albeit fledgling. So I didn't anticipate this happening, but it's happened, and I am the leader of the football club. I am the one that is out there, so I have to take full responsibility, which I do, because yes, we could, I could give you 100 contributing factors that sometimes happen at this club that don't happen at any others. But I took the job on. I'm the leader. I have to change that, and I will be held accountable, and I will accept that.
So you're confident that get this first win perhaps against Swansea, and then the floodgates could open maybe?
Get this first win, and then it's a step. It's a step in the right direction. Then we can evaluate, and if I am the right one to take it forward, then yeah, we go again, and we've got another massive game against Fulham away. It don't get any easier. And then if we can do something there, then we can build from there. But look, it's a tough position we're in at the minute. We have been on the wrong end of certain luck and so on, but we have to change that.
Nathan, it's very easy for people to forget that there's a game on Saturday with everything. I'm sure you won't, with everything going on around, and you're handling yourself, if I may say so, despite the fact that you've dissed me already about saying the last match wasn't right. You've handled yourself with great dignity under what must be ever increasing pressure. But you did say after the last game that we lacked some creativity and that spark to get the goal. I'm assuming therefore that possibly on Saturday you'll maybe change the team with that in mind?
Look, yeah, the thing about us, and anyone who's worked with me said, we always set out to win a game, to find solutions to win a game. Now look, the Championship has a lot of good sides, so you have to find solutions. When I was at Luton at times, it was just going to be us, because we'd win by 5 or 6 at times, 8s at times, 7s. So we were better than everyone, really. And I don't mean that arrogantly or anything. We just were. Here it's a lot more tactical, so you have to find solutions. We always look for the solutions to win a game. We had enough opportunities the other day that just a little bit more quality, a little bit more composure, a little bit more cutting edge. We'd have won the game comfortably, because we would have. And then they would have had to come out, and then that's what we haven't done. We haven't built on a lead or built on a performance at the minute. So yes, we will look at finding ways to be creative on the weekend, but also with great respect for Swansea and the top of the league, playing in a certain way. So one, we're going to have to combat that, but two, we're going to have to find solutions that where we can have a bit of cutting edge and a goal scoring edge to us as well.
Without dwelling too much on that match, a lot of people were surprised that Vokes and Hogan didn't figure at all. Was there a reason for that?
There is, but that will remain in-house. And there's Vokes and Hogan had an opportunity against Crawley to have put them to the sword. That didn't quite happen. So I think I've given everyone opportunities. There's probably Mark Duffy's probably the one that has been the hardest done by, and I apologise to him if I need to, because he's probably been the one that I haven't given enough game time to yet, and he's a wonderful lad, great character, and came here to play games. It's just the predicament we've been in. We've had to sort of make adjustments and so on. So he's the only one probably that hasn't been given a chance, and Adam Davis. They're the only two that I haven't. Everyone else has been given opportunities. So people will be surprised at a lot of things.
Is there a reason Adam Davis hasn't figured, or is that something you want to keep private as well?
No, look, he's done everything right, and he's been. He would think he's been harsh because of the level of errors that certain people have made. He would have thought he would have got an opportunity. We give Adam Federici an opportunity, and he hasn't made any errors, and then I could have made any kind of change. The predicament we're in, it was a big game the other day, and it would have been a big game to put Adam in for his debut. As it was, Feds didn't have a save to make, apart from obviously they scored a goal. Apart from that, he didn't have a save to make. So, in all honesty, I probably could have put the kit man in goals, and it wouldn't have made any difference on Tuesday night, because he didn't have to put any big saves on, didn't have to do so. And I don't mean to be disrespectful to anyone that way. It's just that's the way it was. So it's been tough on him, but I've tried to give everyone as much opportunity as I can. I've also been vilified for making too many changes, whether that be cup games or whatever. So I mean, at the minute, I can't win.
No, you can't.
Literally.
Stole my line. Given the problems and all the speculation about your own position, is that having any effect on the players, or are they able to? I know most players can dissociate themselves, but is it having a destabilising effect on the squad, or are you just carrying on as normal, doing everything as normal?
If I felt that the players weren't with me, then I wouldn't be sat here, because I wouldn't want to quote a biblical thing, to kick against the goads, if you like, because I wouldn't be if I felt that they weren't. But I know they are, and I've got some good relationships in there. I've got some good pros. Some are going through a tough time, especially the ones I've brought here, because a lot of them weren't brought here to be in the firing line immediately. So some are going through a tough time, but the players are given. I don't think there's a lack of work rate. Yet people could compare us with sides that are in real good form, like Atletico Madrid, and how they press and how they do stuff. But look, we're not quite in that position yet. But they are working hard. They have made errors, which I don't think they intend to do, and that's what we have. We have to just bring a performance together of no errors, of taking up chances, of just stats showing the scoreline. And if we do that, then look, I'm sure we'll be on the right end of results.
I've talked to you about leaders in the last press conference and how important it is to have leaders, and I'm not asking you to name names, but at the end of that game, what was the mood like in the changing room? Obviously down, but were they all up for the next game?
Well, look, it's hard to then say, right, go immediately to the next game. Look, with the type of game it was, it hit everyone. You could see that on the pitch afterwards. I went onto the pitch, I tried to lift them and tried to be as humble as I could, but as gracious as I could to certain players I know and from their team, and also, but also lift our players, because it's tough for them. It's tough. It's tough on everyone. The situation. No one envisages us being in this, but we are. So it's now you have to see it now. As we said, we've talked a lot about my situation, but now looking forward, we have to now step up. Each individual has to step up, because regardless of the manager, they are going to have to step up. If it's not this game, it's the next game, and the other 30, 35, 36 games that they have to play, plus cup game. They have to step up. So we have to start now, and it's not masses wrong. It's marginal gains at the minute, but those marginal gains are going against us, or we are coming out on the wrong end of them.
The harder you work normally, the better the marginal gains become, and
I don't always agree with that, because
okay.
I got to be honest with you.
Having a go at me today,
I got to be honest. Normally, but I said I don't think I can work any harder. I don't think we can work any harder. But I know what you mean. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Really, the harder you work, you tend to come out. The luckier you get, and so on. But it's a bit baffling at the minute, and I don't want to dwell on that. And I speak, as I said, the regular conversations I have with the owner. He's as baffled as me, because they are stats-based things. And after the first 2 games, he said, "Look, that won't continue. You'll change." And then in the week, the Wigan, the Derby game, and so on, we created over 54 chances. And only won one game. So it's big. We've created 41 chances in the last 2 games. We've lost both.
The stats say that, well, the facts are that we need 1.33 points to be certain to stay in this league next season, which, looking at the squad we've got, is very doable. But you keep saying that things have to change, and I know that we all want things to change. The owners will not have an infinite amount of time, but I think at this point you've been very gracious with what you've said about the owners, because everybody in this room and every fan knows you're under increasing pressure. There must come a time when you worry about yourself.
Oh, no, of course, but that's not my job to worry about myself. My job is to get the best results for this club, and that's what I haven't done at the minute. So, being the leader of the club, one, I have to make sure that I lead. So I do that. I think I do that. I put myself out there, and I work harder than any other individual. And I don't mean to say that people don't work hard, but I'm usually one of the first in, and I know I'm the last out. So I can't do that anymore. I don't shirk responsibility. So I think I'm doing that phase of my leadership, and I'm up for the fight. I really do, and I don't want to give up on this, because it's a great opportunity. I've worked hard to get here, and I don't want to, because I believe in what we do, and I believe that we can turn this round. Now the owners, whether you say 1.33 points or whatever it is, there's enough ability in the squad to get those points. Now the owners won't have an infinite amount of time, and they won't give me an infinite amount of time. And look, it won't. Decisions will be made in weeks rather than months if things don't change. But they've been brilliant for me, and they are great. And look, everyone says about, it's a cliche about them, but these are Stoke fans, and they're great fans, and they're great owners. They really are. They're the best. It would hurt them to let me go, but they'd have to do it. But I couldn't have any argument with them if it happens.
And the last thing from me, hoping that you are the last man out, literally, is, do we have any injury news?
No, not really. That's one part of our work that we do very well. We've had the availability rate is 94-95% we've had, because of the work we do, the training we do, and that's been pretty much the case. It's only Ryan really, and obviously Nathan Collins is banned, and that's all. So big squad to choose from, which isn't always helpful, because it's slightly bigger than we would like due to certain factors. So no, we're all good.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
You touched on Scott Hogan, and you've said last season that you should be judged very much on the sort of signings
Yeah.
that you'll be making. But you played 7 of those new signings in a Crawley game, and it didn't come off. Since then, it's been like 2 or 3 new signings. Have the new signings proved to be a disappointment to you?
It's a good question, really, but you have to think a lot of them were brought in to add hunger to the squad, because we had marquee players here. There was a lot of money spent last year on marquee players, and they're the ones that we envisage playing. What we did really want to get is a big goal scorer, someone that would guarantee you goals week in, week out, and without being disrespectful or saying too much, the board tried everything to get for us to buy one, but certain restraints, and we couldn't do that. Scott was one who was on our list, and we brought in, and we've not had a problem with Scott. The predicament we're in, no one's really hit the ground running, but I don't say they've been a disappointment. 1 or 2 could have been better, but I don't think it's just been them, because it's just been symptomatic of what we got. I think in the first game, I think we played a number of our signings that we started. I think. Without Nick Power played, so did I think Nick Power played. I think it might have been one of the only ones, because we knew we had a good squad here already. So we needed to add hunger and a bit more, humility really, sort of to the squad, and we did that. But the marquee players were already here, so I think collectively we've just not been good enough.
When you talk about hunger, I think fans always think about strikers, and there never seem to be many strikers on the pitch. I mean, yeah, okay, the other players are all having a go. I mean, Carter Vickers even had a shot on Tuesday it was. But why don't you play with more strikers actually on the pitch?
For the first 6 games, I played with 2. It's not many in the Championship do. Is that correct?
I don't know, I think it was.
Well, played a diamond with 2 frontmen. Pretty much all my front games. We created a load of chances. more than pretty much everyone else in the Championship, but didn't score. Then we have to find ways of scoring, so we do, or we try to. And we did play with two front men on the weekend, in both games, with Nick Power and with... So how many strikers do you want me to play with? Or do you want me to play with different strikers? Is that what you're saying?
I think what fans are saying is that they don't see those people as out and out strikers, and you're creating the chances, and there's nobody knocking them in. And you look to the, you think, oh great, they're going to get the ball in, and you look in the box and there's nobody there, or Lee Gregory's just trying to catch up, or he's the one actually out and winning with
At times, I don't agree with that, because I mean, have a look, statistically we create and we've hit the bar and post more than anyone else in the Championship. We've created clear-cut chances. We had 18 shots the other day. I don't know how more positive I can be. That hasn't been our problem, because we've scored in pretty much every game. It's keeping clean sheets, stopping errors, keeping 11 men on the pitch. That's been a problem. If someone could say, yeah, I'd agree with you. Now, at Crawley, I played with 3 strikers, by the way, and we got beaten by a League 2 side. So what I could do, I could play Sam Vokes at centre off and then just said have a shot from there. I could do anything you wanted, but it's not systems. It hasn't been systems. It hasn't been the amount of strikers I've had. We just haven't been good enough collectively, and we've conceded from usually our first chance that we've conceded, and then it takes us 7 or 8 to score a goal. That has to change, regardless of who I play. You know, regardless of who I play. We've had enough chances to win plenty of games. There's been enough strikers on the pitch to play things. There's been enough attacking players on the pitch to play. We've had enough possession to have won games. We have conceded less chances than opposition in pretty much every game, so we should be winning games, but we're not. So something has to change.